Hello everyone, my name is Erin Manley and today I'll be talking about the sales and customer service training for Dr. Bethany Davidson and um, with ENT 630. So first let's dive into sales training. When you are training your sales team, it's important to be sure that your team is empowered. Empowered individuals feel as if their boss is behind them, as if their coworkers are behind them, and if they feel empowered and it's like they can do it, they're going to be more capable of making that sale because they have that confidence to do so. It's also important for your sales team to know their target market and learn how to find that target market during the training process. If the employees are trained to know this target market, the area and the population that they live in, a certain geographical area, they can use that to the betterment of their sales and potentially sell more. It's also important to give these salesmen and saleswomen the correct tools. So set them up with a great portfolio of people they can reach out to or resources they can log into, surf the web to learn how to do their job better and be more efficient. It's also important to give your sales team experience. So if they're not necessarily ready to go out and solicit people by themselves, it's important that they can go with another salesman that has more experience where they can get that close one-on-one relationship and learn how the process works, but yet maybe not be the one that makes the ask. And then it's also important to inform salesmen how they will be managed and how their performance will be evaluated. So it's important to let the individuals know that there's incentives. You're paid on quota, you're paid part salary. Let them know what they're up against and how they can be more successful in their role. We'll now move into qualifying prospective customers and clients. So in order to find the right client, it's important to do research. So once again, setting up your sales team with the correct data or with the correct tools to research, and then segmenting data. In my current job, I do annual giving, and I'm also over the university's phone-a-thon campaign. So I hire about 15 to 20 students to call for me 3 nights a week, and I segment the data. So I'm pulling out of our database of about 15,000 solicitable alumni, and I'm segmenting that by age, by race, by geographical region. And that's all important because anything can affect that outcome. So, we're not going to solicit people that are in um, Florida when there's just been a hurricane because they obviously have more important priorities. Or we are not going to solicit, if we're calling a late shift from 8 to 9, we're not going to solicit 70-year-olds who are probably in the bed. If we're doing a 3 to 5 shift, we're going to call retired people because they're at home watching television, that sort of thing. And it's also important for them to have a good history of where this company came from, who started it, what its goal is. And then you're also going to look at long-term viability for the specific person that they're reaching out to. So when I worked in sales in the insurance industry, of course we want new customers, but we're not going to write every policy that comes our way. If we see this person has a history of lapsed auto insurance, 4 or 5 times, we're not going to want to write that customer because there's a good possibility that that person will pay their one-time payment and then their policy will cancel. Moving into the sales pitch. So when you have your salesman ready to go out and to find those next clients, it's important that they have a good general sales pitch down. When I was in undergrad, we worked on what they call the elevator pitch. So we would find a topic that was really in tune with what we thought we would want to do, and then we would have to convey countless hours of researching and information into basically 1 minute, where we told the investor what we were about, what we wanted, what we're going to do, and how they can be a part of it. So it's important for you to prepare your sales team for this. It's important to be detailed. You want to be as detailed as possible, but also be short, be informative, assertive, know your stuff. Give these potential clients a why they should invest in your company and why they would benefit from it. People want to know what's in it for them. That's just human nature. So it's important to convey how this will benefit your specific client. If you're selling life insurance, you want to hit on the fact, your kids, this will benefit your kids, this will benefit your husband, wife, something that they can see direct impact on. Closing the sale. This is probably one of the most important parts. I tell my phone-a-thon students, this is what makes the difference between getting a $100 gift and a potential $1,000 gift. So you want to show compelling numerical data. I have my students, we have a list of things that the university is doing. We have a list of how many scholarships are provided, the number of scholarships that are provided, our graduation rate, our retention rate. We have all these numbers that tell our donors that our university is moving in the direction, so they know that their money is going to good use when they give to the unrestricted the unrestricted fund. So I mentioned successful examples, and we also try and give donors, when we're making the closing sale, what the university hopes to do in 5 years down the road. So they know that we have, a vision. We're not just in the day-to-day. We're planning years in ahead so we can make sure that our university is sustainable and will continue to move forward. Last thing I want to touch on is the follow-up. So at the university, our phone-a-thon, we don't just make the sale, quote unquote. We try to get the alum to make a donation. But once we get that donation, we're not finished with them. We want to stay connected. It's not about the sale necessarily. It's about that connection and finding out what they want to see from that transaction. So, we make thank you calls, we send thank you notes, we send birthday cards, we invite them to campus, and it kind of works hand in hand with a salesman. Once you make that sale, you're going to be keeping in touch with your customer. You're going to say, is there something I can help you with? Is there a need that you need me to meet? Has something changed? Do you want more? If you're selling insurance, do you want more coverage? Do you have enough? Is your deductible too high, too low? You're always wanting to make sure that they know that you're on top of it, and that you're there for them. So it's important to convey all of this. And sales is difficult. I mean, people get calls all the time, and it's getting harder and harder these days with caller ID. But it's important to train your sales staff in a way where if someone picks up that phone, it's a 10% pickup rate for us at my university. But if that 1 out of 10 answers, once they answer, we have a 60% rate that person will give. So that's what it's about. It's about training your staff to where when someone is interested, that there is a high chance that will result in a sale. So I hope that my presentation has informed you guys on maybe something you didn't know, and I look forward to watching more screencasts in the future. Thank you.